that song right there, it takes me back to me not looking back at my past. I was on drugs, I had a promiscuous life, I was living the fast lifestyle, and when I decided to finally slow down and to gain my life back and to get off drugs and to get clean, I found out in February of 2003 that I was HIV positive. A few months later, I found out that I was pregnant with my daughter. I thought about having an abortion. I thought about giving her up. I didn't know about HIV. I thought it was a death sentence. I also already had a 5-year-old boy at home, and I thought I was going to die. Well, here it is, 11 years later, my daughter was born negative. So if people are positive, you can give birth to an HIV negative child. As long as you get in care, you get in treatment, you get tested, you know your status, you can have an HIV negative daughter. As times went on, I was put on medication. With the HIV meds, they are very strong and potent to your body. I would start the medication and then I would stop, start, stop. That put me then into an AIDS category. Looking at me, yes, I have full-blown AIDS. You can't tell by looking at somebody if they have HIV, if they have AIDS. This past January, I was in the hospital. I was on my deathbed. I had pneumonia. But look at me today with my faith, an awesome support team, my wonderful friends and family giving me the strength to be able to talk about it. The one thing that I really got to stress is if you get tested and know your status, if you're in care, if you're going to a doctor, just don't put your trust in a doctor. Get your medical records. Request your medical records. Know your lab count. Know your viral load count. Know your CD4 count. Because doctors are humans. People make mistakes. And I was misinformed of a diagnosis of having AIDS in 2012. So from 2012 to 2014, I was not being properly treated as having AIDS, which put me more on the deathbed. I was 150 pounds. I went down to 110. I was very skinny. I was very weak and fragile. And so that's why I say it's important to get tested, to get in care, to know care. Also, don't judge a book by its cover. A lot of people, they talk about other people that have the disease. They downgrade it. They, oh, well, she's sick or she's, you know, he has that. Us people that are positive, we just want to be loved. We want to be accepted. You cannot get HIV from giving me a hug. You can't get HIV from using the same bathroom. You can't get HIV from cooking utensils or anything like that. You get it through sexual contact, bodily fluids, drugs. It is no longer a gay man's disease. It's no longer a black person's disease. It's no longer an IV drug user disease. It's in your front and backyard. It's all over this world. Lee County is now 24 in the nation. That's with reported cases. That's with people who know their status. So once again, this disease is very personal. It affected my family. My kids are affected by it. Even though they're not infected, when I was in the hospital, my mother was scared. She was worried. My kids were worried. My daughter didn't want to live if I didn't come home from the hospital. She's 11 years old having to face this. So again, just encourage everybody, please get tested, know your status. And one last thing. Yes, many people want to know what's in this bag. This bag is medications. These are some of the medications that I have to take every single day of my life. These medications remind me every day of my disease. You don't want to end up like this. So please, I encourage you all, get tested and know your status. You can get tested over here, know your results in 15 minutes. If you have any questions, if you'd like to speak to me, I'll be around and I'll be available. Thank you.